Hello, this is Manohar Joshi, Associate Professor, Department of English, Walchand College of Arts and Science, Solapur. I am doing a presentation on morphology, a branch of grammar. First of all, we will see the learning outcomes of this presentation. This presentation will enable the students to understand number one, concept of grammar, number two, morphology as a branch of grammar, number three, words and morphemes, and number four, word formation processes. Now we will see the definitions of grammar. Grammar is a finite set of rules accepted by a language. We know that every language has a finite set of rules, and a language is structured by these rules. So grammar is nothing but a study of the finite set of rules accepted by a particular language. Second definition, grammar is a combination of morphology and syntax. Grammar can be divided into two branches, morphology and syntax. Number three, grammar deals with the formation and use of different units like words, phrases, clauses, and sentences. So what we do as far as grammar is concerned, we study different grammatical units starting from words to sentences. Now this is an attempt at simplifying what grammar is all about. Is the following sentence correct? Eat I mango O. The above sentence is incorrect. The elements in the above sentence require to be rearranged as follows. I eat a mango. Now you can easily understand how the sentence is properly structured. I happens to be the subject, eat happens to be the verb, and a mango happens to be the object. Now this happens to be the correct sentence. Now grammar helps us understand the arrangement of different sentence elements in a systematic manner. Now we come to morphology. Morphology is a branch of grammar. It deals with the smaller units of grammar, for example, words and morphemes. So what we exactly do as far as morphology is concerned, we deal with the smaller grammatical units like words and morphemes. Now we come to words. A word is an organization of sound or sounds, sign or signs, and sense or senses. We have an example, and the example is the word write. This word has three sounds, r, I, and t. There are 5 letters in this word, W, R, I, T, E. Now one of the meanings of this word is to mark with signs. Now we come to morphemes. Morpheme is a constituent of a word. It is a minimal distinctive unit of grammar. Now there are 2 types of morphemes. The first is called free morpheme and the second is called bound morpheme. Now we will have a look at what a free morpheme is all about. We have an example, write. Free morpheme is independent. It means a free morpheme has an independent existence, it has an independent meaning, and it has an independent function as well. A free morpheme obviously is a word. Now the second type of morpheme is bound morpheme. An example of this bound morpheme can be seen in a word like writes. The word has 2 divisions. The first division is right and the second is S. So in this word, S is a bound morpheme. A bound morpheme is dependent. It helps a free morpheme form a word. Some more examples of morphemes. The word reading has 2 morphemes. Read is a free morpheme and ing happens to be a bound morpheme. The word enabled has 3 morphemes. The free morpheme in this word is able. The first bound morpheme is N and the second bound morpheme is D. Now we come to another word, and this word happens to be a bigger one than the words that we have seen. Internationally. It has four morphemes. Nation happens to be the free morpheme, and there are three bound morphemes in this word: inter, and the morphemes are represented by the letters A, L, and L, Y. Now we come to word formation processes. Morphology also means the science that deals with formation of words. So in morphology, what we do is that we study different word formation processes. Now there are two types of word formation processes. The first is called major word formation processes, and the second is called minor word formation processes. Now we come to major word formation processes. There are three major word formation processes. Number one, affixation, and affixation has got two different branches. First is called prefixation, and the second is called suffixation. Second major word formation process is compounding, and there are different types of compounding. The first can be noun compounding, second verb compounding, and third adjective compounding. The third major word formation process is conversion, and there are two possibilities here which appear on the screen: conversion from verb to noun and conversion from noun to adjective. Now we come to the first major word formation process. It is affixation. Affixation is a word formation process in which words are formed by adding affixes. Now we have to see what an affix is all about. Affix is a constituent of a word. Now there are two types of affix. The first type is called prefix, and the second type is called suffix. First of all, we will have a look at what a prefix is all about. Prefix is an affix that comes in the beginning of a word. Prefixation is a process in which a word is created by using a prefix. Now we have got two words here as example. Rewrite is the first word in which we have re as a prefix, and it's followed by the root, that is write. In the second example, we have enable, the word is, and n happens to be the prefix, and able happens to be the word in this word, which is also called root. Affixation, we have got the second type of affixation. It is called suffixation, in which suffix plays a very important role. Suffix is an affix that comes at the end of a word. Suffixation is a process in which a new word is created by using a suffix. For example, we have reading, in which read is the root and ing happens to be the suffix. Called, call is the root and ed happens to be the suffix. Now we will have some more concepts to understand. The first concept is stem. Stem is a word or part of a word which can be further divided. For example, we have called and writing. So these are the examples of stems because they can be further divided. Root is a word which cannot be further divided. For example, we have call and write. Now these two words cannot be further divided, therefore they are called root. We come to compounding. Compounding is a word formation process in which one root is added to another. For example, tablecloth. The above word is made of table and cloth. Both the roots are nouns. Another example of compounding can be dry, clean. Now in this word we see dry, the first element, which happens to be an adjective, and the second is clean, which is a verb. We come to the last major word formation processes. It is conversion. Conversion consists in change of word function. An example, present is used in two different functions. The first is as a noun and the second is as a verb. He gave his sister a present. In this sentence, present is a noun. They present a bouquet to the guest. In this, the word present is a verb. Thus, conversion is also called zero affixation. Now we have got some minor word formation processes. We will have a look at them. Number one is blending. An example is brunch. You can see the letters from breakfast and lunch have been used to form this word. Second is clipping. An example is flu. And you can see flu is derived from a word influenza. In and ENZA are dropped, they are clipped, and we get a new word. Third possibility, reduplicative, and the word is hodgepodge. You can see how the first sound is different and the remaining parts are similar. And the fourth type of minor word formation process is onomatopoeia. The example is hiss. It happens to be the cry of a snake. And the last is acronym, in which we see a word is created from the initial letters of a group of words. WHO, World Health Organization, is an example. Dear friends, I have used these books for my references. The first is What is Morphology by Mark Aronoff and Kirsten Feudman. Second is Introducing Linguistic Morphology by Laurie Bohr. And the third is Introducing Morphology, Rochelle Leiber. Thank you.